The new season is only a week old, but already Leeds striker Tony Yeboah has staked a claim for goal of the season with his incredible winner against Liverpool. It took Leeds less than 3 minutes to break open Aston Villa's defence at Ellen Road. David Weatherall meeting Gary Kelly's cross, and Gary Speed followed in to make sure it was a goal. It was mainly Leeds on top, with Villa offering only the occasional glimpse of their attacking potential. This was one scare, though, for the home side. Mark Draper's shot deceiving goalkeeper John Lukic. The odds on a successful Leeds Championship drive are rapidly shortening, and they remain a constant threat in this game. Yeboah had Mark Bosnich at full stretch with this save. Then 2 minutes from the end, Leeds sealed their win with a second goal. Substitute David White on the end of Brian Dean's accurate delivery to make it 3 wins out of 3 for Howard Wilkinson's team. For Aston Villa, this was their first defeat. Leeds 2, Villa 0. His problems with shin splints hopefully over. Andy Cole was back in Manchester United's starting lineup for the first time this season. Cole's prediction for the campaign ahead: just watch me go. As Wimbledon later discovered, he was true to his word. It was Roy Keane, though, who applied the first major blow to the unbeaten London side. Keane's finish on 26 minutes, emphasising his own determination to take on the mantle vacated by Paul Ince. This was the cue for United to step on the pedal, and on the hour, United supporters were on their feet to salute a wonderful individual goal from Cole. No Wimbledon side ever concedes defeat too easily, though, and they were back in contention 3 minutes later. Robbie Earle, the beneficiary of good work by Øyvind Leonardsen and Alan Kimball. But it was United who completed the scoring. Keane's second of the game and third in 2 matches, coming when Paul Heald could only parry a shot from Lee Sharp. Perhaps Manchester United have been written off too soon. Tottenham's season has started so far. They're hoping Clive Wilson, signed on a free transfer in the summer from London neighbours Queen's Park Rangers, can help them improve now that he's fit to play. But this, without question, was Liverpool's day. They were ahead on 6 minutes with a memorable goal from John Barnes. The England man underlining his continuing importance to the team with his classic strike. Tottenham's attacks were laboured and generally unconvincing, and 2 minutes from half-time, Liverpool's authority was confirmed with a second goal, another one for Barnes, released by a neat combination with Robbie Fowler. This Barnes' 100th for the club. Early in the second half, it was 3. Fowler, again impressive as replacement for the injured Stan Collymore, collecting his 50th Liverpool goal as Tottenham failed to prevent his rapier finish. Spurs' only consolation on another highly disappointing afternoon for them was this late goal. Ironically, an own goal from John Barnes, who deflected in Dumitrescu's corner. 100 goals for Liverpool, and now 1 for Tottenham. Arsenal's Ian Wright has scored twice already this season. The arrival of Dennis Bergkamp and David Platt may have captured the headlines, but Wright clearly is determined not to be overshadowed by them. Coventry had the better of this match, but found Arsenal calling on their renowned resilience to frustrate them. They almost sneaked a goal on the break too. This was David Platt squeezing a shot narrowly wide. David Seaman was Arsenal's hero, the England goalkeeper in superlative form with a string of fine saves. This one from the Brazilian Isaias in a goalless draw. It's taken most of the summer to sort out then, but at last the transfer wrangle is over. Russian star Andrei Kanchelskis finally completed his move from Manchester United in time for Everton's home game with Southampton. His arrival has given Everton a cutting edge to their approach play that they were lacking. And their goals account for the season was opened by Anders Limpar on 34 minutes. Soon after, Southampton were reeling again. A cheeky opportunist goal from Nigerian international Daniel Amokachi, standing in for the injured Duncan Ferguson. That's how it stayed for Everton's deserved first win of the season. A very satisfying start for Kanchelskis.
Yeah, I'm very good to the game, and the first game after international game, and it's very difficult. Team today very well play, and I'm happy and win 3 points. Yeah.
Robbie Slater wasn't guaranteed a regular place at Blackburn, but West Ham are hoping the Australian winger can give their season a lift after his recent switch to Upton Park. His new team, indeed, were given the perfect platform for a fighting display at the City Ground with an early goal. Just under a quarter of an hour played, when good service from Julian Dix enabled Martin Allen to head past Mark Crossley. Forest had most of the play in the first half and were levelled 10 minutes before the break after they won a penalty. Don Hutchison, the culprit, for his apparent tug on Dutchman Brian Roy. Forest captain Stuart Pearce duly collected his first goal of the season. Forest strove continually for a winner but couldn't find one. Their frustration boiling over when Roy took exception to manager Frank Clark's decision to substitute him. He threw his tracksuit away in disgust. History was in the making on Teesside up in the northeast of England. At a cost of £16 million, Middlesbrough's brand new Riverside Stadium was ready to stage the first home game since the team's return to the top flight. The Middlesbrough public turned out in their thousands. Indeed, fittingly, it was a full house at 28,000, Borough's biggest crowd for 13 years. The atmosphere inside for Chelsea's visit was electrifying, and the first ever goal scored in the new ground arrived 6 minutes from half-time. The honour falling to Craig Hignett, intelligently set up by Nick Barmby, a treasured moment for a player who recently took a wage cut to stay on at the club. Chelsea, yet to score in the Premier this season, showed more purpose in the second half, but still lacked penetration. And they conceded a second goal on 74 minutes, scored by Norwegian international Jan Fjortoft. Brian Robson's team clearly outsettling Millie for survival this season. The Doommongers are predicting a difficult season for Queen's Park Rangers. Going into their home match with Manchester City, Rangers were still without a point, or indeed a goal for that matter. But 31 minutes into the first half on Saturday, they scored one. Simon Barker's chance, created by Kevin Gallen and Ian Holloway, is to reward a purposeful opening half an hour. Emulating the goal-scoring regularity of Les Ferdinand will be a major task for young strikers Gallen and Danny Dicchio. This was one of Dicchio's opportunities, a good save from Ike Immel. City showed little punch in attack, and their afternoon ended in despair with a late sending off. Teenage substitute Michael Brown dismissed for a professional foul on Andrew Impey. This only 12 minutes after he'd replaced Steve Lomas. Relief for Rangers, they're off the bottom. Winners by a 1-0. Alan Ball spent 40 minutes after the game lambasting his City team. So checking through the weekend results, only Leeds and Newcastle are still protecting 100% records. Villa losing theirs at Ellen Road and Wimbledon dropping points at Manchester United. Bolton's first win of the season means the champions Blackburn have now lost 2 of their first 3 matches. Chelsea, beaten at Middlesbrough, are the only team not to have scored a goal yet. Down at the bottom, Southampton have made a barren start. No points yet, although they have played a game less than 3 other struggling sides, Spurs, Manchester City and West Ham, who've all taken only 1 point so far. Queen's Park Rangers, after their home success over City, have climbed away from the bottom spot they'd held in midweek. So at the top of the table, it's Newcastle and Leeds who are setting the pace. Both with 3 wins out of 3, Newcastle with a better goal difference. Wimbledon and Aston Villa have been joined on 6 points by Liverpool and Manchester United, with Arsenal and Forest a further point adrift. Early days yet, of course, but already the top 2 then have made their intentions clear enough. And Ginola had Newcastle fans drooling at his wonder strike against Sheffield Wednesday. Sheer class from 2 Premier hotshots, heading it seems for a glorious season. Will be to bring you up to date on the